In the Book of Boba Fett, when Cad Bane meets Cobb Vanth, he tells him that Boba Fett is a cold-blooded killer that worked for the Empire. To which Cobb says, "Tell your spice runners Tatooine is closed for business." Cad tells him that you should have never given up your armor. I don't think Star Wars fans realize how creepy this line is. How the heck does he know Cobb had Boba's armor and that he gave it to the Mandalorian? So clearly, Cad has been keeping track of everything going on in Tatooine. This must have been a major prospect planet for the Pikes, and they were probably scouring different planets out for which is best to sell spice through. And I guess Tatooine won, or maybe became more of a prime hub for it. I believe this means that Cad knows about what the Mandalorian was up to, knows who he is, he knows about Boba Fett not having his armor for a while, so probably that also means that he was the one who killed the Tuskens and had been keeping an eye on them for a while as the Pikes were traveling through Tatooine to do their trading, and he was hired to keep the operation going smoothly. This one line of dialogue is more creepy than I think many are giving it credit for. It's super unsettling how privy Cad is to all of the events going on, not only in just the Book of Boba Fett, but in The Mandalorian Season 2 as well. It makes me wonder what would have happened had he actually been a bounty hunter to get Grogu from the Mandalorian. I don't think the Mandalorian would have had a chance. I believe Cad knew that there was trouble from the Tusken village stopping the train of the Pikes, and he knew that Boba was probably there because he was scouting out the village before he actually went there and killed everybody. As Fennec Shand tells Boba, it seems highly unlikely that the Nikta gang were the ones who took out the Tusken Raider village, as they wouldn't have been able to. Tuskens are extremely great warriors and very, very vicious. Not to mention they had all of the armor that they needed now. Cad Bane probably picked them off from a few miles away with his sniper and then just walked in there and blasted them to bits. I think this will make it even more heavy-handed for Boba when he finds out that Cad was the one who killed every one of his friends. Now, we gotta realize Cad Bane's big brain houses decades of fighting experience and war tactics that make him who he is. Now, the only issue is he's really old. So I wonder how he's going to keep up with all the fighting going down. I mean, he's technically like a 100-year-old or like a 120-year-old human. So does he have backup, or is it just him by himself? I fail to believe that it's just him handling the affairs of the Pikes. So I imagine that he's probably got some muscle with him, just like Boba. There's got to be more help behind the Pikes' grand plan and projects. And of course, while I think it's Crimson Dawn, I believe Cad has some other buddies who he brought with him, like Boba brought Fennec and, everybody else. Cad probably called up Bossk, who is equally as terrifying as Black Krrsantan, and I think those two are going to go against each other. Now, keep in mind, one reason that Cad Bane probably didn't pick Boba off when he had the chance, when Boba was just in the village and, didn't have any of his armor, is maybe because he has a bit of a soft spot for Boba. Jango Fett, Boba Fett's father, mentored Cad Bane for a brief period, and Cad Bane returned the favor a little bit to Boba Fett. So I think it would be pretty difficult for Cad to walk up and just blast Boba unless it was a full-on duel. And I also feel Cad is pretty prideful, so I don't think he'd want to go against Boba unless he was at his best. And after he came out of the Sarlacc pit, he was really anything but the best. So why do you guys think Cad Bane knows so much about Cobb's armor? Was he the one who killed Boba's Tusken village? I fully think so now. And also, where's the warrior who Boba worked with, that Boba trained with and learned from? What happened to her? I'm thinking she's gonna turn up in the last episode somehow. Maybe she's a prisoner, who knows? This could end up really angering Boba. Let me know what you guys think. I'm super excited. We're just a few days away from the season finale of the Book of Boba Fett, episode 7. Cannot wait for the watch party, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you, always.